to make a collaged 3D bird, we're going to begin by making some scrunched up balls of paper. So for this we're going to need some masking tape, or you could use sellotape if you don't have any, and old newspapers or magazines or any scrap paper that you don't want. And what you're going to do is you're going to tear out the pages separately from the magazine and then scrunch them one page at a time. If you use all of the pages at once, then they won't scrunch into a ball as easily. Once you've got your single ball, you can then wrap another layer around and scrunch again to make it bigger. So we'll do the biggest ball first for the body, and keep layering the paper up and scrunch it until you've got kind of a tennis ball size ball. I'll add another layer. Once you're happy with the size, you can take some masking tape and stick the loose ends of the paper ball down, ready to do the paper mache. You need to make sure none of it's loose because you don't want it to fall apart. Once you have the body, you can then make the head out of a smaller ball. So again, scrunch up the paper, and depending on what kind of bird you want, you may decide that that's big enough for the head. I think I'll be happy with that. So again, I just need to use the masking tape to stick the ball together. Once you're happy with your paper mache balls for the head and the body, you can join the two together. Again, use some masking tape, and depending on the bird, it may depend where you want to position the head. I think I'll put mine just there. And you need to use enough tape so that it doesn't come apart, but not too much tape because we don't want to be wasteful. Now that we have our bird shape, we're ready to add some legs. So for this part we're going to need some wire, and this is just some steel wire, but ideally you'd use some thinner wire like florist wire. And what you're going to do is you're going to take 3 strips that are the same length and then twist them together. So you can start in the middle and start to twist them around each other. And we're using 3 pieces of wire so that we can create the bird's feet, because we want it to have 3 toes at the front. So we're not going to twist it right to the end, we're going to leave 3 points sticking out, and they're going to be the bird's feet. And the same with the other side. And then once you have the feet shape, you can then bend the wire over to make your legs. And then you can keep changing the shape of the legs once you've added them to the body as well. And I'm just going to flatten out a little at the top, because that's where my body is going to stick on. So now I'm going to take some masking tape and I'm going to stick the body onto the legs. And and you can have it so that your bird's sitting down and then you don't have to worry about it balancing. Or what you can do is you can use a perch, so you can make it so that it's standing on something, and that makes it easier to balance as well. So you can make it a little branch to sit on, and then you can wrap the wire legs around those. So we'll join the legs on with some masking tape, and there we go. You can have it standing like this so that it looks as though it's pecking the ground, or any way that you like. For the beak, I'm going to take a piece of coloured scrap paper and fold it in half, and then I'm going to cut it into a triangle shape. So I'm going to make it a little bit longer than I want it, so that when I stick it on, there's space to stick the tape. And I'll just use a little bit of masking tape underneath the beak to join it on. Okay, and once you have your bird body and head and the legs and the beak, we're ready to add some feathers.